So, back at Broadlands for the weekend. Got a 24-hour session, but depending on how it goes, we might stay an extra night. So it's Friday now, just turned up. We're in peg 92 and 93. Saw a couple of sort of smaller fish come out and roll, and someone just up the banks had one. So yeah, seemed the best place to go. Light little wind just trickling in, meant to stay like that for basically the whole time here, just a northwesterly, about 4 miles an hour. But the pressure's low, the pressure's near enough 1,000, so hopefully, well, the weather seems spot on for it. I've got an island back out in front of me. I'll spin it around and show you, but I'm probably going to do similar to what I did last time, bait up a patch sort of midway that me and Dad can both fish, and then have one near the island. So that's the plan. Let's see what happens. See you soon, guys. Right, so we've got one rod out. After having a bit of a lead around, found that in the middle of the channel was basically just deep claggy silt, really hard to present over, and then sort of 3 rod lengths out is a bit of a mussel bed. So yeah, when I'm playing with fish I better sort of keep them up and out of that. But then over the back of these like cottons that are on the water, shallower and the silt's firmer. So basically I'm casting at the island, but not fishing like the island margin, just fishing off of that. And I'll put 2 rods on that, and I'll put a bit of bait out as well. So I'll put sort of bait out in a line and then fish 1 rod at one end and 1 at the other. So that's the plan anyway. Just going with 1 bottom bait and 1 pop up. I'll sort my other rod out and get that out. Setup we got today is just the 12-foot rods, both from Diver, once I sort it out. And then I've got my big Fox, the Stratos 12,000s. And I've got my little Signet tripod with me today. This bank sort of slopes away quite nicely, so I can still have the tips up, but not, say, as aggressively as usual. So quite a gentle up and out. It's third casting. The only problem that we've got at the moment is that basically our pegs point into each other, so we've got to be careful where we're both casting. Bailiff, when we turned up, said it's not that busy, but with it being Friday and so we're staying for the weekend, obviously the weather's good for it, so yeah, I'm expecting more people to turn up anyway, but it's quite busy as it is. Quite hard to find a peg. Right, I shall sort my other rod out, get that out, put some bait out, and hopefully the fish will be out for a feed. Alright, see you in a minute. Quarter to 9 now, about 45 minutes until sunset, so probably about an hour, if not more, left of light. Just sitting and watching the water. Just saw a little fish roll just over my spot. Obviously couldn't tell whether it was a carp or whatever, I just sort of saw its back sort of come up and break the surface. So there might be carp in the area, it might be a sort of different species. It's one of the reasons I put quite a bit of ground bait in my spot mix, to be honest. I was told before by match fishermen actually that the activity of sort of the smaller fish feeding will bring in the bigger fish. So even roach or say bream and tench feeding sort of alerts the carp to a feeding situation. The amount of truth in that I don't really know, but to be honest, it has worked for me. Just putting a bit of ground bait in, even if it's just like a margin mix, seems to work quite well. Get the little fish interested, and then the carp come along, sort of curious and greedy. So my spots look good. Across this bank, sort of going out to this island. There's quite a few people. I've got sort of Dad to my right, and then about six or seven guys to my left, all in sort of one group. I'm the only one that can really get out to this island, whether they're choosing to fish short or whatever, I don't really know, but I'm the only one currently fishing up to or near the island. So my plan is to make my bait as attractive as possible, put quite a nice, not fillet in, but a nice sort of bed of bait out there, and set up my rigs with little sort of stringers, almost just like a one bite tactic. So I can just cast my rigs out. They're set, ready for hopefully when a fish comes along. But then there's enough bait out there to sort of keep the fish's interest and keep them sort of revisiting. That's the plan anyway. Whether it will work, we'll find out through the night or early morning. I've got my rhino beam again, so hopefully this time will be the time that we can give it a try. Try and teach Dad how to use it. Anyway, I'll keep watching, and then probably just as it's getting dark, I might change my baits on my rigs. It's a might. Yeah. I'll see how I feel. Right, I shall see you a lot later. It is now 10 o'clock. Nothing's really been happening. Can't really see any fish sort of rolling or anything. I just put a little bit more bait out, sort of 2 or 3 spots worth. Really up the sweet corn content of my spod mix, just to try and sort of bring something. And then put 2 rods out on top of that, and I'll leave them. You know when you have those casts where they're just peachy casts? That's exactly it. You just hit the clip and you know you've cast out really well. That's exactly it. So happy with that. So I'll turn in for the night now. Won't touch them until something happens. Confident with the rigs, confident with their sort of positioning, confident where I'm fishing. It's a good little test of the rhino beam to start off with. Just got it out in front of the bivvy, and this is like its dimmest setting. So yeah, it's good. I've got the orange cover on it, just so it's a bit more like daylight. But hopefully we can get a fish for the night and test it out properly. I'm hopeful, I'm excited. I've got the noisy neighbours still beeping around next to me. But whatever, we're fishing. Right, I shall see you hopefully in the night, guys. See you later. Morning guys, it's about 20 to 9 now, so yeah, a little bit later than usual, but I've been up since 6:30. Nothing's really happened. I left the rods out, sort of woke up expecting something to have happened, but nothing. In fact, the night I was getting sort of little liners, but I was fishing quite sort of my semi-slack line, so there's a lot of little fish just in the margins as well.
probably been stalked by that pike that we saw yesterday. So yeah, whatever. Rigs were fine. I brought them in and checked them sort of after the morning bite time kind of usual period I've seen people catch anyway. Pop-up was still popping up fine. Hooks were still sharp. The bottom bait was in place. The hook silicone hadn't been moved or anything, so I can only take it that no fish came along. But you know, oh well. So we've got a fair few hours today if we choose to stay, and hopefully before we go we can wink one out. If for some reason it does just burst into life, then we might stay another night, but I think the chances of that are quite unlikely at the moment. But, you know, still hopeful. I'm going to eat my breakfast. And hopefully we can get one out. Alright, I'll chat to you in a bit, guys. Dad and I have decided not to stay another night. Just haven't been seeing the fish that we'd sort of expect to see in the area. We can't really move, so yeah, rather than sort of stay and pay another 50 quid to fish another night, we decided it's probably best to go home and then come back another day. So we'll have a pack down, but yeah, unfortunately it seems like we're going for another blank. Unfortunate because I thought that I was fishing quite well and hitting my sort of spots correctly and baiting up and the rigs and that over the top of him. I thought it was all spot on, but you know, nothing to panic about. Just keep fishing, it's part of fishing. It's just testing me. So yeah, just as my mug says, keep calm and go fishing. That's all we can do. Just keep trying it.